Secretary, please call the roll.
Allen, Anderson, Bates, Bell, Berryhill, Block, Canella, De Leon, Fuller, Gaines, Galgioni, Glazer, Hall, Hancock, Hernandez, Hertzberg, Hill, Hueso, Huff, Jackson, Lada, Leno, Leyva, Liu, McGuire, Mendoza, Mitchell, Monning, Morlock, Morrell, Wynn, Nilsson, Pan, Pavley, Roth, Runner, Stone, Vidak, Wykowski, Wolk.
Members, a quorum is present. Would the members and our guests beyond the rail and in the gallery please rise? We will be led in prayer this afternoon by this morning, by our chaplain, Sister Michelle Gorman, after which please remain standing. We will be led in the Pledge of Allegiance by our colleague from the City of Angels, Isidore Hall.
Okay, let us remember that we are in the holy presence of God. And the poet Jared Manley Hopkins says that the world is charged with the grandeur of God. And didn't we just see that in our lovely photo? As we forge ahead with the works of government, let us keep in mind the blessings of our summer recess, the places where we experienced God's grandeur. Perhaps in sun and surf and sandy beaches, or in wind and rain with rainbow hues, in midnight skies with Perseid showers, or in places of worship and monuments to our past history. Let us remember the people we encountered, family, friends, and kindly strangers who assisted us along the way. God of elegance and beauty, help us to notice the grandeur of your creation in our daily lives. May we see your face in the colleagues we engage with, attending to our commitments, in the presence of your Spirit, which broods over the bent world with bright wings. Amen.
Members, we're moving to privileges of the floor. Senator Hancock, Senator Fuller.
Yeah.
Senator Fuller at President Pro Tem
Good morning,
Morales.
members. Thank you, Mr. President. Members, today we acknowledge the contribution and services of the 2014-15 Senate Fellows. They will be departing at the end of the session. As you know, the Fellows Program is jointly operated by the Senate and the Center for California Studies program at Sacramento State University. Established in 1973, the program grew out of a desire to provide college graduates of all diverse ages, experience, and backgrounds with direct experience about the legislative process. In addition to providing them with experience, as we all know, the participants provide invaluable services to members and Senate policy committees. They bring an incredible energy and enthusiasm to our offices, so we and all the people of California have been very well served by these exceptional individuals. I'm pleased to join with Senator Fuller in introducing the Senate Fellows and will be presenting them with resolutions commending them for their exemplary service.
The Senate Fellows Program is one of the most prestigious and successful programs of this type in the nation. We draw applications not just from California, but from throughout the country. We receive almost 500 applications each year, and the acceptance into the program is very competitive. And as part of the Capital Fellows Program for 4 consecutive years running, the California Senate Fellows have been ranked as one of the top 10 internships in the country, along with Google and the Smithsonian. Quite impressive. The fellowship experience broadens the perspective of those planning academic, private sector, and government careers so that they can carry their knowledge into their chosen fields and have an understanding of the legislative process and how to impact the development of public policy. In addition to office placements, an academic component is an integral part of the fellowship. The fellows are enrolled as graduate students at the Sac State and earn 6 units of credit and do spend time there on Fridays generally. It is our pleasure to introduce the 2014-2015 Senate Fellows Senators and Senate Fellows. And senators are invited to join us for a photograph with their fellows as they are introduced, because I know you're very proud of them, and they will be very proud to take that with them. Thank you.
Senator Fuller, Senator Hancock, if I may, without objection, Senate Rule 55 will be suspended to allow lobbyists on the floor. You may proceed.
All right, our first fellow is from the office of Senator Hertzberg, Brady Borcherding.
Skinny lens for Brady.
Forward.
Perfect. Ready?
Balthazar Cornejo. Office of Senator Canella.
Sorry about that.
Superman. I'm right here.
Sarah Couch, Office of Senator Bates. Daisy Cuevas, Office of Senator Block. Maddie Dunlap, Office of Senator Fuller. Carolina Garcia, Office of Senator Vidak.
Yeah, they can't see you.
Rebecca Harris, Office of Senator Burrell. Felipe Hernandez, Office of Senator Penn. Get it right this time. And finally, I need to acknowledge Tyler Hill, who was a fellow in my office. Tyler has already left for law school. She's going to be attending George Washington University. And I have to say, she was the first person in my office to get a bill signed this year. She was so efficient and effective, she got her bill signed and went off to law school.
Chelsea Lee, Senator Liu.
You get tilted, Lori? We good? Go that way.
Torrin Lewis, and this is the Governance and Finance Committee, and if we could have the Governance and Finance Committee Chair.
Dealing with.
Lean it forward so we don't get the glare. It's got to be coming. There we go.
I got ratted out.
Janelle Miyashiro, and that is the Business Professions and Economic Development Committee. Christopher Nielsen, Senator McGuire.
Yeah. Where's Hub?
You want to do two, one not too serious, one serious.
All right, hey, there we go.
Oh, we don't get the glare. We don't get the glare. There we go.
Emily Reeb, Senator Nguyen. Oh, Senator Huff is going to stand in, okay.
Lean it forward, lean it forward, lean it forward. We don't get a glare. Come by the photographer. Good idea. We don't have the best idea.
Bethany Renfrey, Senator Jackson.
Kids need help. All right, thank you.
Can I get 1-5 here?
Nicholas Romo, Senator Leyva. Linda Tenerowitz, Public Safety Committee. And finally, Shamoya, Washington, Senator Lara. Please join us in room 211 for reception with the fellows and their guests. Thank you.
Senator De Leon.
Thank you very much, Madam President. Colleagues, I want to thank very much our fantastic Senator Jeannie Fuller, as well as Lonnie Hancock, for the wonderful introductions of these incredible fellows. These fellows are a reflection of who we are in California: white, Latino, brown, African American, mixed race. It's an incredible reflection of who we are. This is the future. They're going to go on to law school, master's degrees, PhDs. Some of them will go into the private sector. Some of them hopefully will end up staying here in the California State Senate. And will be the, yes. Maybe the future legislative aides, legislative directors, chief of staffs. You never know. And those future legislators and future governors. And lobbyists too, as Jerry Hill just mentioned right now too. Yeah. Well, you make a lot more money over there, yeah. But it's a lot funner here, you know, because you actually get to shape and make policies that really help improve the human condition. So I want to thank from the bottom of my heart, on behalf of your Senate family, I want to thank all of you for your hard work, for your determination, for being, you're once part of this Senate family, always part of this Senate family, irrespective of where you go in the country and what job you take, and then whether you come back or not. This will be an experience that you always treasure and will always be a part of you forever. So with that, let's give it up one more time to our Senate Fellows of 2015.
Congratulations to our Senate fellows. Members still under privileges of the floor, Senator Hertzberg.
Thank you, Mr. President. In my faith, when a young boy or young girl turns 13, they have a bar mitzvah or a bar mitzvah. A bar mitzvah or a bat mitzvah. Well, I have a dear friend who is not of my faith, who served as the leader of the other house, of the other party, some years ago. His son wasn't born then. He is now, and he's here today, and next week he's going to be 13. He's in the back of the room, and his name is Jackson Baugh. And to express the spirit of the bar mitzvah, his father invented the bar mitzvah to take his son and let his son spend a day with different people and different influences around that he thought could help shape his future and help give him options and give him choices. And so today I have Jackson Baugh here I want to introduce, and my opportunity and my obligation is to convert him to be a Democrat. Thank you very much, everybody. Welcome, Jackson Baugh.
Welcome. Members, we're going to move to messages from the governor. Messages from the governor will be deemed read. Messages from the assembly will be deemed read. Reports of committee will be deemed read and the amendments adopted. Motions, resolutions, and notices, members. Without objection, the Senate journals for August 17th through August 20th, 2015 will be approved as corrected by the minute clerk. Senator Monning.
Motions and resolutions.
Without objection.
At the request of the author, please move AB 267, Jones Sawyer, item number 37, to the inactive file.
Without objection. Senator Leno.
Yes, also under motions and resolutions, Mr. President, at the request of the author, that file item 289, which is AB 1116 by Assemblyman Gatto, to be removed from the consent calendar for purposes of amendment. Thank
Such
you.
will be the order. Senator Bates.
Thank you, Mr. President. At the request of the author, please remove Assembly Bill 388 by Assemblywoman Chang, item 275, from the consent calendar in order to process double jointing amendments.
Without objection. Senator Hill.
Mr. President, please remove file item 276, AB 502, from the consent calendar at the request of the author for purposes of an amendment.
Without objection. Senator Mendoza.
Thank you, Mr. President. Also under motions and resolutions, at the request of the author, please move AB 783 by Assemblymember Daley, item number 232, to the inactive file.
Without objection. Senator Morrell.
Mr. President, I would like to move to rescind the vote on AB 728 Hadley at the request of the author, please. Thank you.
Without objection. Is there objection? Seeing none, such will be the order. Senator Mitchell.
Under motions and resolutions, Mr. President,
Without objection.
at the request of the author, I'm asking that we pull item 197, AB 982, from consent. Item 197, AB 982, pull from the consent calendar, please.
Thank you. Without objection. Senator Glazer.
Under motions and resolutions, I'd like to ask that file item 29, SJR 15, be moved to the inactive file.
Without objection. Senator Berryhill.
Yeah, under motions and resolutions also, at the request of the author, please remove file item 176, AB 453, to the inactive file, please.
Thank you. Without objection. Senator Bates.
Mr. President, under motions and resolutions, at the request of the author, please remove item 298, AB 759, by Assemblymember Linder from the consent calendar in order to process technical and chaptering out amendments.
Such will be the order. Thank you. Members, any additional motions, resolutions, and notices? Seeing none, we will move to consideration of the daily file. Moving to second reading. Secretary, please read.
Assembly Bill 990 with amendments. 1072, 732, 1211, 226, 145, 1081, 355, 274, 275, and Assembly Bill 465.
Thank you. Second reading will be deemed read. Moving to governor's appointments. Senator De Leon, not at his desk. Moving to unfinished business, members, we're going to begin with file item 17. File item 17. Senator Wessel, you prepared to take up this item? Secretary, please read.
Senate Bill 481 by Senator Hueso, an act relating to local government.
Senator Wessel.
Thank you, Mr. President. SB 481 is back on concurrence. Amendments taken in the Assembly were technical and clarifying in nature. Audits provide an essential accountability tool and a transparency over government programs, and it's important that the public has access to them. This bill ensures the independence of an auditor by prohibiting a general counsel from having direct supervision over an auditor. SB 481 does not have any opposition and has not received any no votes. I respectfully ask for your aye vote today. Thank you.
Members, the bill discussion on this item. Senator Morlock.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. I have just one question for the author.
So you prepared to take a question?
Yes.
Please proceed.
Should the general counsel of a municipality wish to do a privileged audit, then I would assume then that they would have to retain an outside firm to do that?
No, because when the actual council does it, yes, they can perform the audits through the auditor. What this bill expressly prohibits is that an attorney can pretty much intervene in an auditor's report and prevent them from presenting certain information through their legal advice. So that has been a problem in the state in many instances, and if the attorneys through their role want to advise the auditor, they can still do that. They just cannot prevent any information from being released to the public.
Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Thank you. Members, any additional debate or discussion on this item? Senator Wessel, would you like to close?
Thank you. Respectfully request an aye vote from you today. Your support would be appreciated. Thank you.
Secretary, please call the roll.
Allen. I. Anderson. I. Bates. I. Bell. I. Berryhill. I. Block. I. Canella. I. De Leon. Fuller. I. Gaines. I. Galgioni. I. Glazer. I. Hall. Hancock. I. Hernandez. I. Hertzberg. Hill. I. Weso. I. Huff. I. Jackson. I. Lada.
Aye.
I. Leno. I. Leva. I. Liu. I. McGuire. I. Mendoza. I. Mitchell. I. Monning. I. Morlock. I. Morrell. I. Wynn. Nilsson. I. Pan. I. Pavley. I. Roth. I. Runner. Stone. I. Vidak. I. Wykowski. I. Wolk. Wolk, aye.
Please call the absent members.
De Leon. Hall. Hertzberg. I. Wynn. Runner. Runner, aye.
Ayes 37, no 0. The Assembly amendments are confirmed in. Members, moving on to file item 18.